Alright, hello everyone. So we're going to do a worksheet today, and I'm just going to do a quick video on the first example. Well, not this one. We're going to do it on the first problem right here. And before we start that, I want us to write down some useful formulas so you don't get confused as to which one is which, because for this worksheet we're going to be finding the mean, the median, the interquartile range, and the mean absolute deviation. So for mean, it is the sum of data divided by the number of data. The interquartile range is the third quartile subtracted by the first quartile. Median, which sounds like medium, should give you the hint, equals the middle number of the data set. And the mean absolute deviation, or MAD, which is what we just learned yesterday, is the mean of all of the distances. And you'll see what I mean when I do the example. Okay, so for the first one, we have 79149. So we know already that because it's an odd set of numbers, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, we're only going to have one median, which makes it a little bit easier for us. So the first thing we're going to do, since we know we're already going to find median, we might as well put the numbers in orders from least to greatest. So first number will be 1, next number will be 4, 7, 9, 9. Okay, so already we can just count out and move in, or you can do the cross out method. I know a lot of you like the cross out method, so I'll just do that one really quick. So we have those, and then we have our middle number is 7. So we already know that the median is 7. Okay, our first quartile, we can do that really quick as well since we're already here. We have the two numbers on the lower half of the median, so it's on the left side of the median. So if we add these two together, because remember we have to find the median of the lower half, and since there's two numbers, we have to add it together and divide it by 2. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 divided by 2 equals 2.5, or 2.5. That's our first quartile. Our third quartile is, well, since we already know that there's only two more numbers left in the same number, we already know that the third quartile is going to be 9. And if you're confused by that, just think about it. If we add these two numbers together and we divide it by 2, it's still going to be 9. So the third quartile is 9. So we already got median, and we got the quartiles, but we haven't gotten the interquartile range, because the interquartile range, what you need to do is we need to subtract this, the third quartile, and subtract and the first quartile. So 9 minus 2.5 will equal 6.5. If you're not sure why, let me do the math really quick. To align, we have to borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. 8 minus 2 is 6. So that's our interquartile range. So we officially have our IQR. Okay. Now we need to find the mean. Okay, so if we need to find the mean, we need to remember the sum of data. So we need to add all the numbers together, and then we have to divide it by however many numbers there are. So 7 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9 divided by 5. Hope I'm not writing too small for you all. Okay, so if we add those all together, 7 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9, you're going to get 30. Okay, divided by 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. Okay, and make sure when you're adding the mean, make sure to double check your math, especially when you have a large data set. Since this is such a small one, we just can do that really quick and just double check our math. So 9 plus 1, 10 plus 4, 14. 14 plus 9 is plus 7 is 30. Okay, all right. So divide that by 5 and it will equal 6. So now that we know our mean, so that's our mean, we can find our MAD, which is the mean of all the distances of the data. So I'm going to list it down like what I did yesterday. And a lot of you, when you found the MAD, you found the mean, which is great, but you still have to find the mean of the distances. So let's list all our numbers. 1, 4, 7, 9, 9. Okay. And then 1 to 6, the distance from 1 to 6 is 5. The distance from 4 to 6 is 2. The distance from 7 to 1, or 7 to 6 is 1. The distance from 9 to 6 is 3. And the distance from 9 to 6 again is 3. Okay, if you're confused as to how I got all those distances, you basically just take the bigger number and you subtract it from whatever the smaller number. So, and also just think about a number line. From 1 to 6, how many units does it take to get from the number 1 to get to number 6? It takes 5 units. How many units does it take to get from 4 to 6? 2. How many units does it take to get from 6 to 7? 1. How many units does it take to get from 9 to 6? 3. And how many units does it take to get from 9 to 6? 3. And again, distance is positive. It's always positive. You cannot have negative distance. So these are our distances. We figured out how many units it takes to get from this number to this number, 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 and this number to this number. Just think about a number line. And if you need to draw a number line out, that is totally okay. Okay? And as a matter of fact, maybe I should draw one right now. Here, let's draw a number line here so you can just kind of see what I mean. Let's draw a really small number line. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so say we start at 1 and we need to get to 6. How many units does it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes 5 units. How many units does it get from 4 to 6? 1, 2. 2 units. How many units does it take to get from 7 to 6? We're going to go backwards. And it's only 1. But remember, it's always positive, okay, because it's a distance. How about 9 to 6? 1, 2, 3. 3 units. And same thing for that one. Okay, so there are our distances. So now that we have all our distances, we need to add them all together. 5 plus 2 is 7. 1 plus 3 is 4, which equals 11 plus 3. And that will equal out to 14. Okay, now we have our sum of the distances, and because we're finding the mean, we need to divide it by however many numbers there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 14 divided by 5. We divide 5 by 14. 5 goes into 14 2 times. 5 times 2 is 10. 14 minus 10 is 4. Bring down the 0. 5 into 4 goes in 8 times. And remember, you got to bring up the decimal. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I never even showed it to you. Okay, 5 goes into 14 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. 14 minus 10 is 4. Bring down the 0. 5 into 40 is 2.8. Okay, so now we can officially write down all our answers. So, and on this side, you can write down mean, median, IQR, and MAD. Okay, so we know that our mean for this is 6. Our median, let's check again, is 7. Our IQR is 6.5 or 6.5 or 6 5/10. There you go. And then our MAD, or our mean absolute deviation, is 2 8/10. Okay, so remember, double check your math. Feel free to use a scratch paper if this is a lot of work to have in this small little section, and do the rest of the problems. I'll be walking around helping and checking to see if you're doing if you're using the right procedures and the right operations for all of to find all of these to examine your data sets. So to find the mean, the IQR, the median, and the MAD. All right.